Presented by EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And a penalty marker's down on the field. Yeah, they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 31, Fields steps away to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Strong start by this defense. Third and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on fourth down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
On play action, Fields. They'll roll him out right. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
Touchdown, Bears! A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. after here coming up. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. They'll set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole, and it leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
On 2nd down, Conley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes you're downfield.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Check 93's the mic. Watch the run. Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Oh, street. 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Curve it. Check. 17. The mic. Too little. Cut. Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let this one go deep right sideline. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On first down, Conley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And he'll give it here to his running back. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Extra point safely through. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14, Colts, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
My game. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Hurt. Come out here. Come get some.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man, complete. That's Lawrence. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off, and with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those, but 3rd down coming up. The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Running left, Taylor, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd down now, Conley, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields, buying time to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Flush to his right. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Forced out to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Play action. It's Fields. On the move to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll check this one down to Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Going for the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted.
He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 42. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Colts, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. You gonna take.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Going to give this time to the tailback. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Five yards remain on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as the Bears push further out in front. No problem there on the extra point, and it is 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Lawrence. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Lawrence. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. They'll drop to throw. Completion here to Claypool. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
But maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
The extra point by Nagar is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields being chased out left. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
There's another big play for him right there, and that's not the first time we've said that throughout this game. This last catch puts him over 200 yards receiving for the ball game and leaving the defense with just one word in their mind: helpless.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Conley, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down, Conley. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 71 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Off play action, Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bears are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. The point after is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll keep it on the ground. Conley, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dancing to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football. Now a play fake here on first down. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Conley. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 102 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. 41 Mike.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point attempt to come here. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
you
right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Steps away to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. On 1st down, Conley. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Well, the pressure just couldn't get to him that time. They forced him out to his right, but he held his poise, surveyed the field, didn't find anything he liked, and then took off and picked up a nice gain.
Fields now to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another.
Salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean, and you either float or you sink it. Moment of truth, credit check. You not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finished your moves. Salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion, it's breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out on them, I'm politicking, probably in a section where you not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all go, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me, I bought her a CC and that was her purse. Disgusting with do for a purse, disgusting with do for the clout.